Hi everybody, it's Alex and Coco here. Thank you so much for all the support that you've been giving us this week. And hopefully in our next match, a lot of you will come out and watch.
Yeah, thank you guys for all the support. Super happy to be playing with Alex, and hope you guys can keep supporting us. And we don't like Team Coachella, so pick a name.
Okay, so another name maybe. Another name. Okay. Bye.
Alexandra Eala just finished her match against Coco Gauff at Roland Garros, and instead of taking the loss badly, she reacted in a way nobody expected. The Filipino tennis standout didn't just congratulate Coco. She went into full fan mode, complimenting her in a way that has the tennis world talking. Her response is so genuine that it might restore your faith in true sportsmanship. Before we dive into Alexandra's surprising reaction, drop a comment below. Who's your current favorite up-and-coming tennis player? Because after hearing what Alex had to say about Coco Gauff, you might find yourself adding another name to that list. Okay, so let's talk about what happened at Roland Garros, because this is one of those rare sports moments that actually makes you feel good about competition. Alexandra Eala, one of the rising stars from the Philippines, went head-to-head with Coco Gauff, one of the biggest names in women's tennis today. And yes, spoiler, Coco won. But here's where things get interesting. Instead of delivering the usual post-match lines about giving it her all and learning from the experience, Alexandra Eala came out with nothing but sincere admiration for Coco. And honestly, the straightforward honesty of her comments is so refreshing that it deserves a lot more attention. Let's set the scene. Roland Garros, one of the 4 Grand Slam tournaments, is the clay court battleground where real contenders emerge. This is where big careers are shaped. And for younger players like Alexandra Eala, facing an established champion like Coco Gauff on such a legendary court is a huge moment. It's the kind of opportunity that can either rattle you or push you forward. And judging by Alex's reaction, she clearly chose the second path. The match itself played out exactly how you'd expect when a rising talent challenges a proven champion. Coco came in strong, showing the same qualities that made her a Grand Slam winner: her power, movement, consistency, and mental strength. Alexandra fought well and brought intensity, but Coco's experience and current form were simply too much in the end. On paper, it might look like just another win for Coco Gauff, but what happened after the match is what makes this moment stand out. Because instead of focusing on the disappointment or making excuses, Alexandra displayed something increasingly rare in professional sports: real class. Their post-match moment was caught on video, and watching it feels refreshing in a world where trash talk, attitude, and ego often get more attention than respect. In the clip, you can see Alexandra and Coco side by side, relaxed, smiling, and sharing a moment that goes beyond being opponents. Alex wasn't giving a forced smile or trying to be polite for the cameras. She genuinely looked happy to have played against Coco, grateful for the chance, and excited about what both of them are contributing to the sport. Together, they thanked the fans for supporting them throughout the week. What makes it even better is that they weren't only thanking fans separately, they were thanking people for supporting both players and supporting good tennis overall, no matter who wins. That level of perspective is something many athletes struggle to keep when competition gets intense. Coco, being the gracious champion she is, told fans how happy she was to share the court with Alex and encouraged everyone to continue supporting both of them. But it was Alex's energy that really stood out. She wasn't down, she wasn't distant, she matched Coco's enthusiasm, showing no resentment or frustration. That kind of maturity is impressive, especially for a young player still finding her place on the professional circuit. Then came a moment that perfectly captured their chemistry. Someone joked about them needing a team name. When Team Coachella was suggested, both instantly laughed and turned it down. Their easy joking, the natural comfort, and the ability to share a light moment right after competing, that's what sports should be. That's the kind of healthy rivalry that makes tennis more enjoyable. Now let's talk about why Alexandra's reaction is so meaningful. It's not only about being respectful, it's about understanding what real growth looks like in tennis. She could have walked away thinking about mistakes or replaying what went wrong. And sure, she'll work on those things with her coaches, but publicly, she chose to focus on the positives, the experience, the opportunity, and the mutual respect between two talented players. That mindset is what helps athletes build long, successful careers. Because the truth about professional tennis is simple. You will lose many matches. Even the greatest players have hundreds of losses. What separates those who rise from those who fall isn't whether they lose, it's how they respond. Alexandra clearly knows how to process a loss in a healthy way. Her attitude also stands out because it contrasts with some of the unnecessary drama we've seen from a few players in the women's circuit recently. Players who get jealous of attention, who make excuses, or who try to downplay a rival's success. We don't even need to name them because you probably already know. Meanwhile, Alexandra Eala is showing exactly how it should be done, and she's doing it at an age where many people are still learning basic life lessons. She's carrying the Philippines on the international tennis stage with grace. Filipino fans have been waiting for someone to break through at the highest level, and Alex is doing just that. But beyond her tennis skills, she's bringing a level of professionalism that reflects well on her country. That matters more than most people realize. Her bond with Coco also highlights something important about today's generation of tennis players. They're not treating each other like enemies. They understand they can fight hard on the court, but still support each other off it. They know women's tennis thrives when there are multiple stars and multiple personalities fans can root for. When more players rise, the whole sport benefits, and both Alex and Coco seem to truly believe that. Coco's willingness to interact with Alexandra so openly also says a lot about her character. Coco doesn't have anything to prove at this point. She's a Grand Slam champion, a global star. She could act distant or selective about who she talks to, but she doesn't. She treats Alex with genuine respect and acknowledges her talent. That's the kind of leadership the sport needs. For Alexandra, having someone like Coco encourage her is extremely valuable. Tennis is mentally tough. You're alone on the court and carrying all the pressure yourself. Having peers you can talk to, learn from, and feel comfortable around makes the journey a lot easier, and Alex is smart enough to appreciate that. Their playful exchange about team names shows just how natural their friendship is. That kind of connection doesn't happen quickly. It comes from mutual respect and shared experiences. They're not pretending for the cameras. What you see is real, and that authenticity is what makes fans respond so positively. Now let's address what some people might say. There will always be critics who interpret Alex's positivity as being too soft or not competitive enough. But that couldn't be further from the truth. You don't step onto the courts of Roland Garros without serious competitive fire. You don't represent your country on the world stage without intense drive.
Being gracious doesn't mean you lack hunger. It means you have emotional strength, balance, and the maturity to separate the match from the person across the net. The best athletes in every sport understand this. They compete fiercely, shake hands afterward, and move on. That's not weakness, that's real strength. Showing respect also helps Alex strategically. She's building a positive reputation, aligning herself with one of the sport's biggest stars, and demonstrating that she belongs in these high-level conversations. Fans who adore Coco will naturally start paying attention to Alex. Whether she planned it or not, that's great for her career and her personal brand. Tennis needs more moments like this. Players who can fight hard, respect each other, and show what healthy competition looks like. When rivals actually like each other, the sport becomes more enjoyable to watch. You can appreciate both players without choosing sides or tearing someone down. Alexandra's tennis journey is just beginning. She's young, talented, and clearly has the mindset to last. Playing Coco at Roland Garros is an experience that will help her in future matches. She now knows what top-level pressure feels like, she's seen championship-level tennis up close, and she handled everything with class. Filipino fans have every reason to be proud. Alex isn't just a skilled player, she's the whole package. The talent, the hard work, the attitude, and the character are all there. She represents the Philippines with pride every time she steps on court. Coco Gauff continues to show why she's one of the most admired players in tennis. Her ability to stay humble, approachable, and supportive, even with all her achievements, makes her even more beloved. She treats everyone with respect, from fellow champions to rising players like Alex. That's the kind of leadership younger athletes should look up to. Their interaction after the match at Roland Garros should be shown to young athletes everywhere. You can want to win badly. You can feel disappointed after a loss, but you can still understand that your opponent is a person who deserves respect and someone you can learn from. Social media reaction to their video has been overwhelmingly positive. Fans love seeing the human side of athletes, the kindness, the humor, the camaraderie. People want to support players who are not only great athletes, but great individuals. And that's exactly what Alex and Coco showed. The jokes, the relaxed conversation, the natural chemistry, it all made them more relatable. These aren't robots hitting tennis balls. These are real young women handling the pressure of pro sports while staying grounded and building friendships. That's the kind of story fans connect with. So there you have it. Alexandra Eala showing everyone that you can be competitive and gracious at the same time. What did you think of her reaction to losing to Coco Gauff? Share your thoughts below. And if you enjoyed seeing real sportsmanship in tennis, hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.